I'll do mine quickly so you see how it's done. Okay, so I've done two small things for gardens. One is a dibber, and it was made from some lilac from my yard, and it was made for basically my daughter-in-law, and she was quite pleased when I gave it to her for Christmas. Not so pleased when I said she couldn't take it. And this is a newspaper pot maker. You make for putting soil in and making little seedlings, and then you can plant it. It's taller than they suggested, but I would make it taller still. So that's how it's done, Andre.
Thank you. Well, I brought a number of pieces to try to show the kind of variety that I tried to go into. This is a turning, but it's also a bit of a sculpturing. The trick about this is that these holes must be drilled before you hollow. Otherwise, it's going to smash. But it's very interesting, and the cutting of these lines, of course, it calls for a Dremel with associated tools.
So hold it up against your sweater. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's good. Well.
And of course, the challenge for a wood turner is to make a sphere, to make it as perfect as possible. I am not going to claim that this is a perfect sphere, but as you touch it, it pretty well feels like a sphere. And it's interesting. This one I decided to paint it red. And then I indulge into delicate little things with a finial. And the wood here is very interesting. If you're wood turners, you might want to try that wood because, sorry, I keep forgetting you. This wood is called limba. It comes from West Africa. And you won't be able to find it in more than 3/4 inch thickness, but it does laminate beautifully, and it cuts and it finishes so well. It's a very, very nice wood. The color display is fantastic. And it's very, very variable. You all know oak, I'm sure. Just a fancy little bowl with a cover, and with a piece of ebony at the top. I, like all wood turners, I indulge into natural edge. A natural edge is a bit of a challenge sometimes. This piece of wood happened to be firewood in my basement, but I made a cut out of it. And then one day a friend of mine said, "I have something for you in my car." And I followed him. He opened his trunk and he took a branch with a burr on it that I could barely hold. I have a good bandsaw. I was able to cut it into various slices, and this is just one of the pieces. The finish here is, the piece is darkened a bit because I use tung oil, and tung oil tends to darken the wood a little bit. But it's quite a remarkable, and the lesson that this gentleman just gave us there, you want to take that seriously, because when you turn a burr like this, pieces fly off, and they might hit you in the face. I do items like this, plates, and in the center I've got a little piece of ebony. The wood is paddock, as you know. The black lines are not burnt. I just took my felt pen and, after making a little groove, and I darkened it, and it works. I do have a burning device, but I'm sorry, I should have held that first.
A little bit of angle.
So you can see the inside.
Ah, okay. And then this piece, well, I'm kind of proud of this piece actually, because it was quite a challenge. The wood here comes from California, And they give it a name that I can't remember right now. But to me, it looks very much like maple with the
Cameron.
and this is wench, and that's ebony. And wench, as you know, is sometimes used by builders as to make hardwood floors.
Turn it so you can see the inside.
Yeah, turn a little bit of dip, so dip it at a little bit of an angle.
How's that? And that's about it. I agree with everything that this gentleman has just told us at the lathe. I have had one accident once, and it was towards the beginning of my years, and I don't know exactly what stupid move I made, but I know that the gouge was grabbed by the turning piece. I was left with the handle of the gouge in my hand, and the gouge went into the wall, deep into the wall. Thank God it didn't go into me, because I would have been done. But that's the kind of accident that a lathe can produce if you're not careful. I also agree with all the business about health and being careful about swallowing too much of the dust. I have a very good system, but sometimes I'm careless and I come to the lathe, I turn on the 2 horsepower extractor, but I don't put my mask because I intend to work for just half a, but I end up working for 3 hours without a mask, and I'm guilty of that, and that's a big mistake, and I recommend that you don't emulate that in any way, shape, or form. This is it. At the beginning I was making lamps, large bowls for kitchenware and so on. I don't do very many lamps anymore. I concentrate and do more delicate items, and my lathe is what is that? I forget the name now, but it's called built in Quebec and Universal. General Universal, because General has changed.
Yes.
But at first I had a large General Model 360. It was enormous, and I had bought it in the 70s for $750, and after 30 years of use, I sold it for $950. And this was because the gentleman who bought it had called International, and he had found out that that lathe now sells for $3,500. And I knew that too, of course, so that's why I put my price a little up. But the little lathe that I have is sitting on, I have an extension with it, and it's sitting on 6 pieces of rubber on a stand that I built. And when I put pieces like this, I can hear a little bit of vibration, but the lathe does not move. It stays there. It's massive. It's very heavy, and very smooth. And a good working lathe. I don't know this one. It looks like a very good lathe, but I have no experience with it. That's it. Unless you have questions.
How many prizes have you got? 4. 4? Somebody who hasn't bought tickets, please see Norm and draw 4 tickets. We won't do the back and forth before I say some time. Well, you got four prizes to pick, right? No, if somebody who hasn't got a vested interest, pick 4. Oh, sorry, we got one more.
A couple of months ago, Stuart brought in some pieces of burl that he had sliced. Anyway, I took one home, and I like the cherry burls. I had no idea what to do with it. So eventually I turned a little, I don't know what you'd call it, something. Yeah, I guess so. And I think maybe I'll find another little piece of burl and turn a little mold and sit in it as a little curio piece.
Thank you.
Ticket can?
You know, I got my tickets.